These are the lives of Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau.
Henry David Thoreau was born on July 12, 1817 in Concord, Massachusetts. A man of many trades, he was considered to be a social reformer, philosopher, transcendentalist, poet, and essayist. Thoreau was the third youngest of 4 siblings, and both of his parents worked. He was exceptionally smart as a child and went off to attend Harvard College. There, he studied Greek, Latin, and German. In 1837, Thoreau graduated from Harvard and struggled with what he wanted to do next with his life. This is where he met his soon-to-be mentor, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson was born on May 25, 1803 in Boston, Massachusetts, into a long family line of clergymen and church members. He attended the Boston Latin School, Harvard College, and Harvard School of Divinity. In 1821, he took over as director for his brother's school for girls. He then went on to be licensed as a minister in 1826, and later became ordained to the Unitarian Church. When Ellen Tucker, Emerson's wife, died from tuberculosis, he became depressed and resigned from the church. After a trip to Europe in which he collaborated with other literary figures, Emerson gave lectures on spirituality and ethical living. Emerson introduced the philosophy of transcendentalism to Thoreau, which placed the value of spiritual divinity over the natural physical world. Unlike the mainstream views on materialism in American culture, leaders of transcendentalism defied this by suggesting that artistic expression should supersede the pursuit of wealth. Emerson and his followers centered their beliefs around the concept that individuals could transcend the natural and physical world into a world of spirituality through one's own intuition. In the 1830s, Emerson's belief in individualism and self-reliance took rise into the growth of the American Transcendentalism movement. His anti-slavery beliefs guided his idea that citizens should not be blind followers of the government. Through his growing relationship with Emerson, Thoreau was able to be introduced to many major leaders in the Transcendentalism movement, including Margaret Fuller and Bronson Alcott. In 1845, Thoreau built a cabin on Walden Pond, which he lived in for 2.5 years. With the freedom to think in solitude, he was inspired to write his most well-known book, Walden. In this book, Thoreau advocated for living a life close with nature in order to see the essence of God in the world around them. Thoreau was also jailed for 1 night after refusing to pay a tax which would fund the Mexican-American War, which he thought broadened the institution of slavery. During his time spent in jail, he was inspired to write one of his most influential essays, Civil Disobedience, which discussed his political views against slavery and the Mexican-American War. Civil disobedience and its message of nonviolent protest such as disobeying unjust laws went on to inspire great historical figures including Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi. His largest motivators were his political and philosophical beliefs. Both Thoreau and Emerson were exceedingly adamant about following one's conscience rather than blindly obeying laws set by the government. They also thought that this mentality would help overcome domineering governments and empower the people. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead to where there is no path and make a trail.
Rather than love, than money, than fame, give me truth. Thank you for watching.